No, 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 no.
I don't know about you, but I am super tired of YouTube channels that look like this. When you are a stay-at-home mom and you just feel this fire, passion, calling, bursting from inside of you, when you know you don't need the extra income, but something tells you to go out there and build anyway, the resources out there are not made for you and me. They are made for single people or men who are able to work a normal 9 to 5. None of them really address what it takes to be a mom. And so, if you are tired of seeing the same YouTube videos promising X amount of money but not giving you any advice that could actually fit into your life, you have found the right place. I am Lindsay. My channel is Mom and. I'm going to give you my best 3 tactics, what I'm working on right now to help keep me inside my zone of genius, doing the things that I love best while also making time for the other things in my life, because I'm not a sit down at your desk job lady. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a fiery, burning passion inside of me to build something incredible, okay? The top 3 things I'm doing to make this happen in my life. Number 1, I set really strict boundaries with myself that I break way too often, but I'm working on it. If we want to build a business that can last, we have to start it with the same type of boundaries and structure as we want to have in the future. If we allow ourselves to start falling into that daily grind, we will find ourselves struggling to maintain that balance throughout our career. I have seen so many of my friends and people I look up to on YouTube, on Instagram, who really are putting out amazing content. But when you talk to them about their lives, what it looks like behind the scenes, they're struggling. They're having a really hard time finding meaning and balance and boundaries. In my planner each day, I write down how many minutes I want to spend on each task, even things like taking a nap or doing the dishes. And then I set my timers and I go to work. And it's so empowering to see what kind of work you can get done in the meantime. And I pray about this. I don't know if you're religious, but I involve God in everything that I do. For today, for this YouTube, I said, I'll do my impact filter for 10 minutes, and I actually shortened it to 8 and got it done in 8 minutes, which I'll tell you about in a second. I would want to write down my teams that I'm looking for on this impact filter on the back. I just did that for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to film this for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to edit for probably way too long. I need to set better boundaries around editing. Hold me to it, will you? Edit some other things and then do some research on my business idea. And then I add it all up, and all of this added up to about an hour and 30 minutes today. And now people would say like, oh, you can't spend an hour and 30 minutes on your business Monday through Friday and think that you're gonna go anywhere. But I wanna prove them wrong. I think a mom with her mind made up can do incredible things. The second thing is these impact filters, which comes from Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy in their book, Who Not How. When you're completely alone in trying to build something like this, when you're a mom and you've got all these responsibilities, you're often working alone. And so I have to reconvince myself often that this YouTube channel, that my business idea about a verification badge for real estate agents is worth doing. I spent 16 minutes on this today. They give a free PDF download. I'll link it in the description below. I wanted to start the year off with getting these projects underway by feeling like I could convince myself that these projects were worth doing. So I literally printed out 2 of these sheets. 2 impact filters from Dan Sullivan. This one's about the YouTube channel, and this one is about the verification badge business I'm trying to build. On the front, it asks you questions like, what is the purpose? What do you want to accomplish? What is your motivation? What's the importance of this? What impact will it have? And then your ideal outcome and the success criteria, like what has to be true for this project to be a success. And then down at this bottom, selling yourself. If you go and you follow your dreams and you make this happen, what is the best possible result? And what's the worst possible result if you don't follow your dreams? This was huge for me because I have had to reconvince myself over and over that both of these ideas are something worth doing, especially when everyone's looking at me thinking, you're crazy, you're about to have your 6th kid, you don't have any business experience, you're a stay-at-home mom who graduated in French, like what do you think you're doing? All I know is that I feel a calling inside my heart to do this stuff. Man, does it have to be so hard. After writing this impact filter, I've determined to just review this every day if possible, because this will help me keep my brain focused on what kind of content I need to produce on this channel and what kinds of activities I need to do to move the needle forward on this business idea that I have. So fill out this impact filter from Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy to convince yourself to reconvince yourself that the path that you're on is something worth pursuing. And then the third thing, which actually really made me excited, gave me something specific to pray for. I've just been wanting a team so badly. I am so flippin' lonely. Before this YouTube channel, I have had 2 podcasts. I started the first podcast in beginning of 2019. Until January of 2026, I've been working on this alone. There was no collaboration and teamwork like, hey, let's build this together, or what if we tried this? I want to promote here on this channel a community of mom ands, because we shouldn't have to do this alone. So what I am doing right now is praying for a team in both of these things, in both the YouTube channel and in the verification business I'm trying to build. So I wrote at the top, who, what, and why. So for example, for this YouTube channel, who do I want on my team? Number 1, I want a video editor. What would that video editor do? They would bring magic and personality and efficiency to the Mom and channel. Why? Because I do not have enough time or expertise to do it well enough or fast enough. And it doesn't light me up the same as it would light up somebody else. I also want a scheduler. I want someone who will go out and find incredible mom CEOs, mom ands, extraordinary examples of women for the show who can come on here and give us advice, their best advice, who tell it like it is, who own their stories and their talents. Why do I need a scheduler? Because I need someone who's better at connecting than I am. Someone well connected who can easily convince these women to share their time and be thrilled to be invited on the show. And then the last one, most important, dollar signs. I need someone who can go out and find sponsorships for me. I wrote, bring in high-paid, well-fitting sponsorships, because this is literally what I wrote. I need money to fund this beast. For my business, I'll just give you more examples because I want you to do this too. Print out the impact filter and on the back, write who, what, why. Who do you need on your team? What will they do for you? And why do you need them? Who, I need a sales rep, somebody who could go bring in new prospects for this business that I'm trying to start. And why? Because I need someone with systems who's smooth and warm, has a warm tone. They don't feel like pressure, but firm, who believes in the product deeply. I want to spend my time expanding the scope of what my business can do and not spend my time doing outreach to try and get people to buy the first variation of whatever I'm selling. The next thing that I wrote down was an accountant or someone to do payroll because I'm so afraid of taxes. I got this letter in the mail. LegalZoom had sold my information. That third party sent me an official looking letter making it seem like I was going to be fined for not filing my taxes. There's no taxes to file. Thank you very much. Thanks for rubbing it in, you little jerk. So I want somebody, once the money starts coming in, I need an accountant or someone to work on payroll to take care of finances and keep us law abiding. And then why? Because I need someone who is no nonsense with a great sense of humor and doesn't mind doing this work because it's not a ton of work for them. It comes easily and they would love to be full-time later. So that would be my ideal accountant. And the last one, which actually I realized is probably the first one that I need, is a super talented web developer and like user experience type person. I need someone who can keep up my website for my business, keep it up to date. I wrote shiny and interesting. I want the website to be a surprisingly delightful experience. Why? Because the website is everything. Agents and clients should be delighted to be there. I just realized I tried to wipe some like snot off my shirt with the wet rag and it still looks wet. That's great. Okay, here's the wrap up. You're doing great. If you feel like you've been floundering and that you haven't had the motivation and you start and stop things and you can't keep your mind focused, it's not your fault. It's because nobody has shown you the way. No one has shown us the way of how to be a mom and. When your mind is bursting with creative ideas and when your heart is just like ready to fly out of your chest to try and make stuff happen in the world, we need a way to do it. And nobody has shown us this way. I'm bringing it back to this channel and I'm making it applicable to the mom ands. So share this episode with another mom and. I'd love to create this space for us, you, me, her, to brainstorm ideas in the comments and share our best tips and tricks about how to be so fulfilled and in a flow state every time we sit down to do the mom and thing. Thanks for being here. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and we will see you next time. Peace, guys.